The Art of Letting Go, Buddhism and Attachment. Letting go is one of the most fundamental yet challenging lessons in life. Whether it's attachment to material possessions, relationships, past experiences, or even our self-identity, clinging leads to suffering. The Buddha taught that true freedom comes from releasing our attachments, allowing us to embrace impermanence and cultivate inner peace. In this guide, we will explore the Buddhist perspective on attachment, why it causes suffering, and how to practice the art of letting go in a way that leads to greater clarity, joy, and liberation. 1. Understanding attachment, why we cling. Attachment, upadana, in Buddhism refers to the craving and grasping of things, people, or experiences as a means of security or fulfillment. This desire to hold on stems from a fundamental misunderstanding of reality, the illusion of permanence. However, because everything in life is constantly changing, attachment inevitably leads to suffering, dukkha. The cycle of attachment and suffering. When we attach to something, we believe it will bring us lasting happiness or security. However, when it inevitably changes or disappears, we experience anxiety, frustration, or grief. This cycle keeps us trapped in suffering, constantly seeking external validation, possessions, or experiences to fill an inner void. Types of attachment. 1. Attachment to material possessions. Many equate wealth, status, and material goods with happiness. While these things can bring temporary comfort, they are impermanent. The fear of losing them creates constant anxiety. 2. Attachment to people. Relationships are meaningful and bring joy, but clinging to them out of fear of loss leads to suffering. We often expect others to fulfill our emotional needs, which places unrealistic burdens on them and ourselves. 3. Attachment to identity. We define ourselves by roles, achievements, or personal narratives. When these identities are challenged or lost, we struggle with self-worth and purpose. 4. Attachment to the past or future. Regret over past mistakes or fear of an uncertain future prevents us from fully embracing the present moment. Living in what was or what could be blinds us to the reality of now. Small blue diamond example. Imagine a person who has spent their entire life accumulating wealth, believing financial security will protect them from suffering. When an economic crisis threatens their assets, they experience deep fear, anxiety, and loss of self-worth. This highlights how external attachments are unreliable sources of lasting peace. The illusion of control. A major reason why we cling to things is the illusion of control, the belief that by holding on tightly, we can prevent change or loss. But in truth, nothing is fully within our control. The tighter we grip, the more suffering we create. Small blue diamond example. A person deeply attached to their professional identity as a CEO may feel devastated upon retirement. Their sense of self is so tied to their job that they struggle with feelings of emptiness and insignificance, unable to recognize their intrinsic worth beyond a title. Breaking free from attachment. Understanding attachment is the first step toward liberation. Once we recognize that nothing is truly ours to keep, we can begin to loosen our grip and cultivate inner peace. Reflection questions. What are you most attached to in your life? How does that attachment affect your emotions and peace of mind? In what ways can you begin to loosen your grip on the things you fear losing? 2. The root of suffering, the illusion of permanence. One of the core teachings of Buddhism is impermanence, anicca, the truth that everything is constantly changing. When we resist this reality, we create suffering for ourselves. Key Buddhist teachings on letting go. The Four Noble Truths. Attachment is the cause of suffering, but letting go leads to freedom. The parable of the mustard seed. A grieving mother sought Buddha's help to bring her dead child back to life. He told her to find a household that had never experienced death. As she searched, she realized that suffering is universal and let go of her grief. The parable of the two arrows. Pain is inevitable, but suffering is optional. The first arrow is life's unavoidable pain, while the second arrow is our reaction to it. The 5 remembrances. Buddha taught that we must reflect on 5 universal truths: aging, illness, death, the impermanence of all things, and that we alone are responsible for our actions. The trap of resistance. When we resist impermanence, we create unnecessary suffering. This resistance manifests in various ways. Denial of change, pretending things will remain the same when they never do. Fear of loss, clinging to relationships, youth, or success in an attempt to prevent change. Desire for control, trying to manipulate circumstances to fit our expectations rather than accepting life as it unfolds. Small blue diamond example: a person clinging to youth may suffer as they age, while another who accepts impermanence finds peace and wisdom in the process. Instead of mourning lost youth, they focus on the growth, insight, and new opportunities that come with aging. Embracing impermanence as a path to freedom. Acceptance of change, recognizing that change is natural, allows us to flow with life rather than resist it. Living in the present moment, when we stop worrying about what we might lose, we can fully appreciate what we have now. Letting go of expectations: by releasing rigid expectations, we free ourselves from disappointment and suffering. Small blue diamond example: a person grieving the loss of a loved one can either resist reality and suffer, or honor their emotions, find gratitude for the time they shared, and allow themselves to heal. Reflection. In what ways do you resist change? How does embracing impermanence shift your perspective on life's challenges? Can you identify a situation where letting go led to greater peace? 3. Practicing non-attachment in daily life. Letting go does not mean indifference, it means engaging with life fully without clinging or resisting. Techniques for letting go. 1. Mindfulness meditation: sati, observe thoughts and emotions without attaching to them. 2. Detachment from outcomes, focus on effort, not results. Accept what unfolds naturally. 3. Loving kindness, metta, practice, cultivate compassion without expecting anything in return. 4. Minimalism, reduce reliance on material possessions for happiness. 5. Forgiveness, release resentment towards yourself and others. Small blue diamond example: a person who loses a job may feel devastated, but one who practices non-attachment sees it as an opportunity for growth and new possibilities. Reflection: what situations in your life can you approach with more detachment and acceptance? 4. Letting go of relationships with compassion. Buddhism teaches that love should be freeing, not possessive. When we hold on to relationships out of fear, jealousy, or control, we create suffering for both ourselves and the other person. How to let go in relationships with compassion. 1. Understand impermanence: relationships evolve. Instead of fearing change, appreciate the time you have with someone. 2. Detach from expectations, allow people to be themselves rather than trying to mold them to fit your desires. 3. Practice gratitude, focus on the value someone has brought into your life, even if they are no longer present. 4. Forgive and release, holding grudges or resentment ties you to the past. Forgiveness liberates both you and the other person. 5. Cultivate self-love, many attachments stem from the belief that others complete us. Recognizing our wholeness reduces the fear of loss. Small blue diamond example: a person heartbroken after a breakup has two choices: cling to the past and prolong suffering, or accept that the relationship served a purpose in their growth and move forward with wisdom. Reflection. Are you holding on to someone or something that no longer serves your well-being? How can you shift from possessive love to unconditional love? Can you find peace in letting go and embracing change? 5. The ultimate freedom: surrender and trust. The highest form of letting go is surrendering to life's flow with trust and openness. This does not mean passivity, but rather accepting that not everything is within our control. True surrender is an act of wisdom, not weakness, allowing us to experience life more fully. How to cultivate trust in life. 1. Develop faith in the present moment. The present is all we truly have. Letting go of worry about the future allows us to engage with life as it unfolds. 2. Live with an open heart. Instead of resisting change, embrace uncertainty with curiosity and adaptability. 3. Find joy in simplicity. The less we grasp, the more we experience genuine happiness. Appreciating life's simple moments brings deep contentment. 4. Shift from control to flow. Rather than trying to force outcomes, trust in the natural unfolding of events. 5. Practice gratitude. Recognizing the abundance in our lives reduces the need for constant striving and attachment. Small blue diamond example: a person struggling with uncertainty about their career can either resist change and experience anxiety, or embrace the unknown with trust, seeing it as an opportunity for growth and new possibilities. Reflection. What aspects of life are you trying to control? How can you cultivate a greater sense of trust in life's unfolding? What can you surrender today to find more peace? Conclusion. Letting go is not about detachment from life but a deeper engagement with reality. By understanding attachment, practicing mindfulness, and embracing impermanence, we free ourselves from suffering and open the door to true peace and happiness. Folded hands, may you find the courage to release what no longer serves you and embrace the beauty of the present moment.